Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarasota Tim coming to you from my 16-foot Forest River Wolf Pup camper, model number 16FQ, meaning it's 16 feet, and it has a full queen, and it also has a full rear bath. And I'm standing at the door of the rear bath now, and I want to show you, before I turn the camera around, and talk to you a little bit about why I decided to live in an RV in a small camper like this and why I like it. Okay, so won't take you long to see what I got here. I mean, you're pretty much seeing it. I'll put it on wide angle there. I'm a very neat person, so this is the way I keep it. I didn't make it special for you guys, but let me just let a little more light in. These go up really nice. Just pull it up like that. It's really nice outside when it's not blazing hot to sit underneath my awning with the chairs. But I got these beautiful fake flowers here that are very colorful. It's a very comfortable dining booth. And there's storage underneath there where I have some different things. And my kitchen is a beautiful full kitchen. I have a microwave stove, which I don't use because I cook outside. My coffee maker, plenty of counter space. This is where a lot of campers don't have a lot of space. And I just put a hand towel up here to put my dishes to drain. And I keep another little couple hand towels right here. This is my fruit bowl, my coffee. And then I'm into this new Pump Dawn thing. It comes out foam. And I have a light underneath there. It's an LED with a fan. And then this is a really nice light at night that I just turn on and turn out these LEDs overhead. And it makes just a nice little ambient lighting while I'm sitting here enjoying my brand new 32-inch Vizio smart TV and my Vizio 2.0 sound bar. So I have excellent sound I can play music. I've got all these free apps that are built into the smart TV. It's Bluetooth connectivity. And I also have a hotspot on my phone that I'm using right now, so I can stream whatever I want. I don't pay for any subscriptions like Netflix and stuff, but I can still stream the built-in apps like YouTube and Tubi and Pluto and all these other ones. Also, my stereo system that came is Bluetooth compatible with my phone, so I can play iHeartRadio, whatever I want. And I have these speakers up here, and there's also two outside the camper by just selecting inside, outside, or both. And if you notice, this looks a little weird right there. That's because it's never had that protective coating removed. This camper was hardly ever used. It's a 2016, and an elderly couple had it in North Carolina. And it's the same with this. This looks a little like edgy. That's because the little plastic thing has never been taken off. And I'm going to leave it on there. So it's like brand new. And it has a beautiful fake wood looking floor. And this is a solid floor. And speaking of solid, even on the roof, I've been up there. You can walk around up there. It's a domed roof too. So coming around, I've got this beautiful big bay window with a sliding window there to open up. This one also slides open. That one pops out, and that one does nothing. It's just a nice big window that comes all the way up to here. So I've got these Opolar fans I bought about 2 years ago. I made some reviews on them. These have lithium batteries, and they run for like hours and hours and hours on low. And that's all you need because they got an 8-inch blade. This is one that someone sent me from Amazon to do a review on. It requires constant USB electricity. And the little cover, for some reason, was affecting how the air was coming out. So when I took the cover off, it seemed to blow air out. So I just took the cover off and threw it away. How long it'll stay there is anybody's guess. So down here, I've got some dirty clothes I got to put away, and I'm throwing that trash out. But this is my Dometic cooler that cost me $1,000 with that cover, of which I use to, you can go down to 8 below zero with this thing. There's some wine that I had a guest over. I don't drink anymore. And I've got some sausages there I'm going to cook on my grill, which is outside, that I just procured, a Coleman grill on Facebook Market. But this thing right here is a lifesaver because it's an additional square feet of refrigeration for me. It's also a footrest. Forgot to mention my chair. It's an Easy Boy, a recliner, because the guy that had the camper before he had failing health, this bed used to go north and south. Well, he turned it this way, east and west, and the TV, when they come from the factory, is right here. So he moved it over here because he didn't like, turning his neck looking that way. So I like what he's done. So I simply just changed the TV out. It had a smaller 27-inch Vizio. I got a 32-inch, and this is a smart TV. And he also put this clock in, which is fabulous because I'm always looking at the time, and it's easy to read. And he's also got this temperature gauge that he's put in here. Now, I turned the air off to make the video because this thing is quite noisy, but it works awesome. And without it, I couldn't even be in here because the heat index is like 104 yesterday here in South Florida. So moving on to the back here to show you the rear bath. I just store some things, like I say, underneath here, and I keep my little garbage can right there. This is the little dorm style refrigerator. It does have a freezer though, of which, I have some ice cubes in there. It does a fantastic job. And I've got some boiled eggs that I made. There's my Mountain Dews, bottles of water, Diet Coke, my coffee creamer, some ham. You want to know all my items in there? So I enjoy in the morning, I make some coffee and, make some toast. I bought this toaster for $10 at Walmart. Here's some additional storage in here. Some pots and pans, some stuff like that. Down here, I keep my garbage bags, some cleaning supplies, and baking soda. And then I have all that storage up there of where I keep a lot of my clothing. And then I've got this storage here where I have all my kitchen condiments and silverware and things. And I can even store things in here. This is my hanging closet where I put my shirts. I pretty much just wear shorts. I don't have long pants. So I just fold those and leave them like right here. And I just grab a pair of shorts every day, pull a shirt out. And then for my restroom, my towels I keep stuffed in here. I roll them up. I got lots of them. So I got this little Mickey Mouse looking thing right here. The door wants to sort of swing closed. Maybe I'm not quite level. And also the AC fan blows really hard there and it will catch the door and kind of blow it in. So this is the full rear bath. And what I really like about it is the shower is awesome. I must take 4 showers a day. This thing is awesome. It really, really works great. And I've learned now I can just turn my hot water heater on and then shut it off after about a half an hour, and I'm good for the whole day. I don't need to leave that on. And this kind of curves out, so you have a lot of room in there. It feels like the curtain's back a little bit, and sometimes I'll pull it out like that a little bit. But anyway, I don't have the fantastic fan, and all that discoloration. I gotta clean that guy out of there. It's just, mildew and what happens on the top of a trailer. Got a little fan switch there. And I leave this on when I'm not in the trailer to keep the heat out of here and turn the air conditioning off. And it's got a nice big mirror. How you doing, everybody? And I just put all my my things that I use right out here. I got my water pick, all my teeth brushing stuff, colognes, deodorant, shaving equipment, some bathroom spray. There's some Advil over there, my combs. And then underneath here is where I keep all the additional things, toilet paper, additional toothbrushes. I cut my own hair. I got my razor there, shaving thing. And this toilet is awesome. It's like a 24-gallon tank. It has the typical little pedal flush right down here. And I'm hooked up to sewer here. So after my tank is full, about once a week, I just, add these things right here. After I dump it, I pour one of these down in there. I have another style too. This is a powdery stuff. And I've got these pellets. Well, they're actually little bags or something that dissolve and open up, that you put in your black tank after you dump. And then I keep these plugged in. There's one in here and there's one out there for a nice, nice smell, and the camper keeps it nice and fresh. I don't smoke, so it's very new and nice in here. What else can I tell you? We can step outside real quick. And I've shown everybody this a couple of times, but I'm just thought I'd make another video this morning. The door makes that sound, and it's a very stiff door. It's built that way. It's called an anti, like sway, where the wind won't catch it. And, see, it won't blow it away. So I have my awning out. It stays out. It's a lifesaver here in the sun. It's a beautiful awning. And like I say, this is a 16 FQ. There's my exterior speakers right here. I picked up this on Facebook Market for $20. These are like $60. It's a Rio. And there's my Coleman grill that I bought. I have a video on it. And I took my tank off the front of the camper because I don't use the stove. And I bought the hose connection. I disconnect everything when I'm not using it. And I have so much propane to cook every day, anything I want. This is just a little platform that I have out here. I used it to actually get up on the roof of my truck. It goes along the side there when I first bought the 4Runner. I have some tools in there, bug spray, convenient right there. And this old chair here, it's a gravity chair. I have these so it doesn't poke holes in my little thing here. And this is nice to have out here. It makes it a nice, looking thing instead of standing on these rocks. And I have a plug right here. I can put a fan in if I want. There's an outlet right there. And what is this? Oh, that's a cable, because you could actually put a TV on here if you want. And this has a digital antenna. It's right there. I get like 40 crystal clear 1080p, 720p channels just from the digital antenna. So this is a little storage area here that the 16FQ has. And it's got its own little leveling system right there. As you can see, I'm level. And it has also an electric tongue jack, which, I don't have to crank it. There's the battery that runs the lights inside the camper. The other day, I put some Mother's aluminum polish. Believe it or not, it's very good for waxing too. You might be able to see this one little area right here. I did a little test. This is so smooth and nice. I have an orbiter and a spinner machine. I'm going to see how it's chalky right here. I'm going to, when the weather's not beating down on me, I'm going to put a mojo on this thing. I'm going to get up on my little platform there, plug it in, and I'm going to shine this baby up like I did this one little spot right here. The tape's kind of missing from right here for whatever reason. But I shined that. Let me show you. It's kind of a shiny area right there. And this is a little more chalky. But this thing it's already a beautiful camper. I can really make it nice. And at night, I turn this bright LED light on. It is so white right in here. A nice light for security, keeps my truck safe. And then I can run them both, or I can turn that one off if I want to be sitting out here and I don't want a bright light. I have this beautiful amber light that lights up a beautiful amber lighting outside. And then the 16FQ, not all of them come with this, but I have the rack in the back that folds down, and you don't even have to remove the spare. You can travel that way, and it holds 200 pounds. So you can put coolers, totes, bicycles, whatever you want on this little rack thing here. Also, you can see I've got my own sewer, and here's my electric, and there's the water. And the hot water heater, which I do want to turn on right now because I just took a shower and I used all I have left. This is something new I'm doing instead of letting it run. And then you just go down here and flip the switch on. There's water in the tank already. I can get this back on. You gotta line it up. Oh boy. Let me pause this video. Okay, we got that fixed. So it also has mag wheels. Look at these handsome wheels that I have. And I'm also going to be checking my tire pressure soon, because you know tires do go down. They lose tire pressure. And there's an air tank in the shop here that I can borrow and make sure those babies are fully pumped. And I keep a little tarp over this wheel over here, because this is where the sun comes in, so that it doesn't get dry rotted. I'm drying my shoes out that I washed yesterday. I have a gorgeous washer and dryer just over here. This is my neighbor. His name is Tim also. I have a beautiful washer and dryer available to me. And then, of course, there's my Honda 250 Dual Sport motorcycle. It's a 2020 with 1,000 miles on it, loaded. And that's my 2021 Toyota 4Runner, Barcelona red. It's an SR5 Premium, 4-wheel drive, loaded. And that's about it. I'll back up here and kind of show you everything. This is the road. You go right out, so we got a little secure. Here's our neighbor. Beautiful big mansion right there. And I'm living in this Key West sort of a spot here that he's owned for 30 years. And he's got this house on it that has 3 apartments in it that are all rented. And he's got me in here, Tim 1 over here. I got my own little parking spot. And so this is why I live in a camper, is because they raised my rent $500 in Sarasota, and I didn't want to pay it. It was a big shock to me. And of course, at the time, I didn't know that literally everybody in the world was going to do the same thing. So there was really nowhere to go. But there was somewhere to go, because fortunately, I got a great deal on this camper, and these were bringing big money, like cars and stuff, and they still are during the pandemic. And I was able to avoid that and get a very good price, because, like I said, the gentleman had failing health, and they were kind of out in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina. So I didn't have to pay the premium price if I were to buy one like locally here. So I got a really good deal on it, as I did my 4Runner just before the pandemic hit, and there was a shortage of cars with the chips. So it was very fortuitous. And the same thing with this motorcycle. I mean, I'm sure I can sell it for more than I paid for it. So it's money in the bank. I bought this to get 70 miles per gallon and to park the 4Runner. But really, it's not that expensive to run the 4Runner, being retired and just running around town here to the store. And I got air conditioning. And this has been really just kind of sitting because it's so hot. I mean, we're in the dog days of summer. I was listening to the radio, and they were saying it's like that everywhere. Houston, everywhere. It's just hot. Hot is hot. I used to live in Atlanta, and they called it Hotlanta. But see my nice flowers there in my big bay window? You know, it's nice to sit out here. I have a little breeze right now. It's not that bad. In the morning, my routine is I have that coffee, then I'll come out here, and I've got the perfect push-up. I'm sure some of you guys watching out there have seen these before. They swivel, and I do them right down here. I'm banging out about at least 50 or 60 every morning before I take a nice long walk down Federal Highway here in Boynton Beach and over to the beach. This is where the owner lives and his girlfriend. This is a tiny home. And the offer was, when they raised my rent and I moved over here, is they're in New York right now, and I was going to rent this and stay in this until they returned. And then I would find something else to do. It was just going to be about a 4 or 5 month layup, you know, until I could figure things out. But the good Lord was with me, and I got this camper, and he already has this one guy over there and set him up with, you know, water and sewer and stuff. And then, of course, you have to have like 30 amp power to run one of these. You can't just plug it into a 110. Well, he's got that. He's got it right here. And so look, boom. He's got me on a meter, and this shows how much electricity that I owe. That's a running total. I don't owe that much. I've been paying him. But we just subtract what I paid last time from what the new number says, and then I just pay that. But this guy's been here forever. So we had no problem hooking up this sewer. It goes right over here. Right there. And this guy that, you know, you see, he's a builder. He was a mechanic for years, a bunch of outboard motors and stuff. He's also a specialist in BMW automotive repair. But he's retired now, and this is just his shop. He tinkers around. He built this himself. Here's the electric. And he also has sewer. There's a bathroom right here. And his sewer, see, comes out and runs to the sewer hose over there. And so he just rents out all these spots. And of course, you've seen my backyard. It's a marina. It's got, you know, probably about 6 or 8 boats out there that he rents spaces to. 2 of them are on elevators, or boat lifts, if you call it, that pay to keep their boats there. And so people will come, and they basically just go right past me. They come in the driveway, and they go to the back of the house, down this way over here. And there's ample parking back there. I'll just walk you real quick. Let me just take a good pace here. So you just come on around. There's the house. This is the most expensive unit. There's a nice young lady that lives in there. She's a nurse, and he just built this deck for her. And then there's a unit on the end and the one in the middle. So this is all this parking, and people slot in right there. And there's an outdoor shower and toilet and behind that fence there with no roof, but you have all the foliage to protect you. And that's the marina out back. Let me just zoom in, regular mode. That's the tiki hut that we all hang out. When he's here, him and his girlfriend, they have a stove and a refrigerator, and they do all their cooking there. There's a TV, and that's where they do their thing in the morning and at night. And in the winter, when everybody's more around and outside, we all have dinner there and hang out. And then here's the marina back here, of which all of these boats are paying customers. And this is a really nice area to sit right here. Usually about 3, 4, 5 o'clock, there's 2 or 3 people that have been coming here for years. They'll just come in, sit here and enjoy a beverage and sit there. One guy smokes cigarettes. You see all of his butts there. And they just sit here and look at the water. And then on the weekends, it's Grand Central. Boats are going back and forth. We have, you know, his dock runs all the way to that big boat down there. This one, there'll be a spot here. That one, that one, that one, and this one. And so panning around. Those little baskets in the water are the bait guy. He keeps live baits in there and sells them. A lot of these people just store their boat here. They don't really come around much. These other boats are active. They're coming several times a week, especially on the weekends. They get in, they bring their family, they go out, they come back, they tie off. The guy that owns this boat here also owns this one out here. He just bought it, and he wants to put it on the lift, but he's got to sell this one first. So we'll walk back down this way, down the dock. And there's the tiki hut. We got a couple of cats around here, and we're taking care of them. So they removed the stove that was right here, put it in one of the apartments that's empty right now because they're up in New York as well. They emptied out the refrigerator, but the TV is ready to go. Anybody wants to use it. Excuse me. I'm beginning to think this is broken because it never moves. No, it works. It just never moves because we're in the dog days of summer. So you got all this little, these lights stay on all the time, these Christmas lights, 24 hours a day. There's been some parties out here over the years. This is the infamous tiki hut. We'll have a fire right here in the wintertime. We'll get one of those fire rings. People have left these. I'm welcome to use these if I want to. Some kayaks, canoe there. There's some old firewood and some other stuff. These are also the owner's 2 boats. That one just sits most of the time, and this little one is operative. It stays in the water when they're here. They pulled it out for the summer while they're up in New York. They have other boats up there. Look how beautiful the foliage is here. Look at the palm frond, the fan on that thing. There's another one right here. And so he's got a nice blind that's built because there's another big mansion over there. And of course, we've got the mansion here. He originally owned that lot when he bought this one 30 years ago, story goes. And then he called up his nephew and said, "You bought a lot." So he gave that one, or sold it to his nephew, because he didn't want anybody else to build on it right away. But over the years, things change. This is the back. Little walkway goes all the way around the house. All right, well, thanks very much for viewing and the tour of Sarasota Tim's place and set up in Boynton Beach, and my Wolf Pup by Forest River 16F Hue camper. Hope you guys have a nice day. Share the video and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Take care.